Hi everyone, thanks for stopping back in. My name is Jean. Okay, I have another viewer request we're going to do with the thermal cinch. Lisa had messaged me to see if I do this, and I was planning on doing it anyways, so not a big deal. I can handle this. Let's get this on so it'll start heating up for us. What she wanted me to try was page protectors. I found these 4x6 photo ones so that they fit better on the screen for you guys, but it works fine. I think she ended up messaging me back saying she did try it herself also, and it worked fine. So I think she might have did the bigger sheets. She can message in this description in this one if she wants to. But I was surprised. I was a little worried if it really was going to work because this plastic material is, it's kind of a plastic material, but it worked quite well. The only problem with this is it is really slippery. So when you're trying to put everything and line it all up together, that took me probably the longest, trying to get it all lined up because they kept wanting to slip and slide everywhere. We did that. I'm using just 15 because that'll give me 30 photos. That's more than enough for just a little photo album. I'm doing one of the dogs, just a small one. Nobody else wanted their picture on camera, so we're going to do the dogs. So I have that. So 15, I will link everything in the description below where I got those. We are going to use, basically I'm using scraps. I have this pad that I use for their big album. And so I have a few little scraps left in this one. So we're able to use scraps in this. So we're going to use this. Put that back down there. Okay, first thing, I have everything cut out to make this a little faster because we're going to decorate a couple pages too. I'm going to show you how I like to do my photos. Okay, so I have two sheets. I'm going to use this one for the front cover, this one for the back. They're 7 3/4 by 6 inches. So we're going to cut two of those. So first thing we're going to do is we are going to cut. This is how it's going to open. So it's going to open like this. So we are going to score a 1/2 inch, a 1/2 inch, and a 1/2 inch. 3 sides we're going to score. Thank you for telling us you're ready. We're going to score. So on the 7 3/4 side, we will do a 1/2 inch. Okay. And then we're going to turn it to the 6 inch, and we're going to do a 1/2 inch. Oops, don't push too hard. And then we'll do another 1/2 inch. So the two short sides are 1/2 inch, and one long side is a 1/2 inch. Okay. So we'll do that on this one too, and just try to remember where your opening is going to be. So that we don't need to, because it's going to sit tight against here. So for what I'm doing, we don't need that side done. You'll see in just a second. I did this technique in a video, the password book one. Okay, so 1/2 inch on the 2 short and 1 long. We can take this away for right now. Then what we are going to do to make this a little fancier, I'm going to go fancy. So you can see, I know it's going to be hard to see, maybe this side, this corner here, and this corner here, we're going to get rid of those 2 corners. I'm going to try to see this myself because it's hard to see. So we're just going to cut right through there like that. Okay, so it's going to look like that. And hopefully I did not cut too much off, which is why I always double check, and I'll fold it. And perfect, they meet good down there. No gap. If there's a gap, like this one's not, it's folding in there. But if you have a gap there, just take your paper you just cut and tuck that in there. Well, that wasn't a good example to show there. Let's do this side so you can kind of see. And then it would cover up that white if you had a gap there. But mine are matching up nicely there. Let's check this one. We got to cut out, do this side. We're just getting right where we overlapped our score line. We're just taking that little piece out. And you just don't have that bulk. So let's, yeah, I think I want that side out. Yep. This is what I do. I second guess myself, then be like, do I want that on the outside instead? No, I think I'll leave the other one. It's more colorful anyways. Okay, so we have that. And just for time's sake, we are going to use tape on this. I don't know if tape's any faster or not, but we won't have to wait for it to dry as much. So how about that? So let's just take our tape along here. Then we don't have to wait for it to dry anyways. I'll use glue when we put the inside sheets on. And one more here. And any two-sided tape, whatever you like. I like this I use this brand most often. I do have some other off brands and stuff that I've tried over the years. Some of them are okay, and some of them, you know, I don't like as well, but I'll use them up. Okay, let's fold that in. I'm just making my cover look a little nicer, so it's just not you're not just seeing your edge of your book. We're making it more like a album. Okay, like that, and then do the other one first before we do the next step. So same thing. I'm going to make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. I know this pattern paper is a little much there. And you're just going up to the score line, that 1/2 inch score line. Do not go over it. And we're just folding that in, and we're going to be putting another sheet over this. Fold it a little crooked, but I think it'll be okay. All right, so now we have our front and our back. It'll go like this. Okay, now I have 2 sheets that are 6.5 by 5 inches. And these we're gonna lay just over like that. That just kind of covers up a little bit. You don't have to do that if you don't want to. You can just leave this inside like that. So we're just going to cover that up. And this it helps make it a little bit sturdier too, so your cover is a little sturdier. And then this I will glue down because it took me forever to put the tape down. Okay, we're just going to kind of center it best you can. That'll make your cover a little sturdier. That one off. Do this one. Okay, let's lay that one down. Come on, way down here. All right. Then my pages will go in like this. And I kept just a little bit of a border around the 3 edges. You can barely see it with the shine there, but there's a little bitty edge. So when you go to measure it, what I did was measure. So you would measure how wide this is. This is about 5 1/4-ish. I did, I think I got like 1/8 all the way around. So then I did, so it comes out to be about, well, 5 3/8 there. Just give yourself 1/8 or 1/4, however much you like. I have probably about 1/8 all the way around. I have a little bit more there. Or you can make it even, but if you make it even, the same size as this kind of sticks out just a little bit. So I like to go over just a little bit. All right, so now we have our front and our back. Let's do our spine. I am doing a 3/4 inch spine. And how you can judge that is, like, for sure I know I want a 1/2 inch. So this is a 1/2 inch right here, a little over a 1/2 inch, about a 1/2 inch. So you can see. But I'm going to go over a little bit. So I'm going to go 3/4. It's just a little bit past that. So I'm going to do a 3/4 inch spine. I took this one. So now we will do this side, the dog print side. Bring our score back up. So this piece was 6 3/4 by 1. It'll fit perfect along there. If it's a little long, which I can see we're going to be just a tad, we will cut that off at the end. Don't worry about it. Sometimes when you cut, you know how it is when you cut sometimes. Yeah. Okay, so I got a 6 3/4 by 1 3/4. Now what we're going to do is we're going to find our little score tool again. Here it is. We are going to score at 3/4. So I'm going to score at 3/4. And then I will flip it this way, and I'll show you 2 different ways. So 3/4. Okay, that's leaving us a 1/4 inch in the middle. So you can score at 3/4 and 1. Let me see. Make sure I give you the right measurement. At 1 inch there. So you can score at 3/4 and 1 inch, or just do 3/4, flip 3/4. Now, how I figure out what I want in the middle is by measuring this. When I put this together, it's about a 1/4, little less than a 1/4 of an inch. You do not want to go, you want to make sure you have enough space in the middle here. Let me fold this so you can kind of see how much I have there. It's hard to see with these papers, I know. These designer papers. You want to make sure you have enough room in the middle, because if you don't, then your papers cannot spread out and they won't get enough glue. You can see how like perfect that is. It's not straining on itself. It's just sitting on there, resting on there perfectly. So I have more than enough space there. Okay, take that off. Next thing I'm going to do is we're going to put some tape down here. I know it's going to be hard to see. Just going to try to... All right, so where our score lines are, where our score line is on both sides, we don't want to go over that. So I'm going to bring this down, and I'm going to run 2 because I'm out of my wider paper or tape. So I am going to run 2 strips down, and I'm trying to see, make sure I don't go over that line. And then I will put another one close to the edge here. And again, you can use glue if you want. I'm using tape, so it's a little quicker. Just don't go over your score line. All right. Now, well, we won't take our tape off yet. Now you have your 1/4 inch in the middle. Okay, so that's where our little strip is going to come in. So these are the glue strips by We Are Makers. What you want to do is you do not want to put it, this is my end, you do not want to put it tight against the end, because you have a chance of the glue oozing out. So I bring it back just a little bit. So I'm going to just kind of measure what I need right now. Cut that extra off. And then cut down here just a little bit too. So now you can kind of see I've got a little gap on each end where it doesn't go to the end of the paper. I've only had mine ooze out one time, and it didn't really affect my machine at all. It came right out anyways. Okay, so now we're just going to glue this down in the center. I hope. Okay. Perfect. So now you can see I have my tape on both sides, and I have my glue strip down in there, and you can see the ends there. All right, so let's take off our tape, and we're just going to take off one side at a time. First, I'm going to put this together. So I'm going to put this in here, And I'm going to be very careful to try to get this in here the best I can. And what I will do, I know you probably can't see, but I gotta be able to see here. And then I'm just gonna clip it to the back for right now, so I can make sure it all looks pretty good. Then we'll bring in and make sure you have your one edge that doesn't have the fold over. I'm gonna bring that down, and we're gonna kind of make sure everything matches now. I can see that it does. All right, I'm gonna clip it together. And then I can adjust it if I don't think it is. Does that look good? Okay, I'm gonna unclip for a minute. Just double check that I have it all down in there. That's where I want it. Use any kind of clips you want. I got these, my sewing clips. You got some binder clips you can use. All right, now I have that. Looks pretty good. I'm gonna go for the side, I think, instead. See, it's very slippery. It keeps sliding on me when I don't have my clip on it. I'm gonna have to get one of the clips back on. Okay, try this again. It's to get used to working with it. Okay, make sure I have my paper the right way. All right. Let's get them on the side here. I think they'll work better on the side than the top. All right, looks like it's all good there. All right. Now you can put this on first if you want. I've shown both ways. So in some of my videos, I show where you put the lid on first onto here, but I'm going to show you this way where you put it together and then put it on. Because sometimes I think that's easier to do it that way. I am just going to do one at a time though still. You can do both. Take off my tape. Whichever you're comfortable with. Okay, so let's make sure we kind of get that. Whoops. Did I not hook one of them? I did not. I missed the back. All right, let's check again. Totally missed the back page. All right, let's try again now. And we're just going to put that right up against that glue strip. Make sure that page goes right up tight against that glue strip. Okay, so now we have the back on. And then I will take off the tape from here, if it'll let me. Okay, and bring this up and make sure, pull it tight over. All right, and then I look at it and make sure it all looks like it's in there good. Looks pretty good. All right, I'm gonna bring out my clips a little bit this way. All right. Now, we know it's already heated because I had it turned it on, and the blue light is not flashing, so that means it's ready. All right, one other step I want to do is, I like to do this afterwards. You can do it before, but just along here, I'm just going to score. That'll help it. Just go right along your seam there. I'll show you why I like to score. Just go a couple down, and we're going to use a rule to help us. Okay, we're ready there. Okay, now we're going to put this in. And I always like to just make sure it's down tight in there. So That's just me. Okay. Now we are going to push our timer button. You'll see it flash. And when it's done, it'll stop flashing. So let's go on to, while that's working, we are going to make a couple pages for inside. I like to, this is up to you guys. I don't like to just shove photos into those. I kind of make it like a scrapbook. So I have some sheets here. I'm just trying to see what I like. Let's see. That's one of my dogs. That's Lily. Her little Gumby there. Which one do I want this one on? The stripes is kind of nice, but I think that's too much. I think we'll stick with the red one here. So while that's working, we're going to put it, I think we'll put it up here. Okay. And this is optional. You can just throw your pictures in, but you know, me, the little crafter, this is how I like to do mine. All right. Okay, let's put that down there. All right, now let's grab our stickers, I think. I still have a full sticker sheet because I had actually 2 different packs. So let's see. Okay, we're ready. Then while it's still hot, you know, I don't know if it helps or not, but I kind of push down and rub the glue around. Don't ask me if it works or not. That's just me. And then bring it down here. Now some people take and tap it also, but I kind of rub it around in the heat because I figure it's still hot down there, right? All right. Then you set it down your thing. I'm going to turn it off so it doesn't beep at us because it's going to keep beeping. Push that off to the side for a minute. Oh, yeah, here's a one because she is a lucky dog. Yes, you are a lucky dog. Okay, hold that there for a minute. I want to just do it there. And what else do I have? Oh, I know what we'll do. Yeah, we can do it on this one. We're just going to put it right here. I'm not trying to be too fancy right now, guys. I'm just kind of like laying something down. Let's give her a little heart here. And let's give her another little heart. And you know me, I got to do things in 3s. So we got a blue one here too. Okay. There we go. All right. So there, I just quickly did a page. Now, you can use the back side if you want, which I can. I'm trying to see how I'm going to put this in. And then it's going to open like, nope, because it's going to be backwards now. So what I'm going to do instead is I'll make another one. And then it doesn't matter if you're putting 2 sheets in there. I'll show you what I mean by that. Because the way this one is orientated, I won't like it. Because if I put this in this way, and then when I turn the page, oh, the puppy's upside down. So that's not going to work on that one. Okay, so let's do that. So this is, well, here, we'll do Rosie first. This is our mixed beagle, Rosie. She is Australian cattle herder and beagle. And Lily is our purebred, and they are exact same size. They're both around 30 pounds. It's just unbelievable. I mean, yes, they eat the same thing every day, but it's just unbelievable. They're exact same height. They're exact same weight all the time. This one, Lily, is more serious. You know, this one, she's just, let's just say, she's just so damn laid back, and you know, she likes to be touched all day long. She is our needy child. And this one, she's just so darn serious. She gives you like that look. Oh, she'll give you that look. Like, what are you looking at me? Just leave me alone with my little Gumby. Okay? Goodbye. All right. So let's do another quick one while that's sitting there. Rosie, Rosie, Rosie. I think, let's put this in the middle. I want to cover up this space with something if I can find a decent sticker. So let's just kind of slap some glue down. Like I said, I'm just want to quick show you guys something. This is kind of how I do my photo albums. Doesn't mean you have to do it that way. Let's see what this sticker looks like. Rough, 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 rough. Okay. We'll throw that one down there. Okay, that sticker I'm definitely going to use on the next one. Is there anything else I want to put quick down on there? This one's about perfect for her. She loves the outdoors. Like, she'll sit out in the rain, the cold, the snow, everything. She loves it out there. Cold nose, warm heart, perfect for her. This one, not so much. If it starts raining, she's going to come back in. She's not going to stay out there that long. Okay, so then they'll go in there like this together. Like that. But if you want to do one on the back side, you know, like you could definitely, if it's a different pattern, you could just definitely put one on the back side. Now, this is the two of them together. This is one of their most recent pictures. And they snuggle together quite often. They love each other. Okay, and this one's going to go sideways. And let's see how I want to do this. Because I'm looking at the stickers and see how I want to put things down. Let's see, what do I have to put along there? I know I want to use me and my best friends because they are both best friends, that's for sure. Or I can use this, me and my best friend. That one's a little bit bigger, so maybe I'll use that one. I think this just makes your album look a little cuter. You know, just instead of just slapping those pictures in there, make some background pages. It doesn't take much. And I cut, these ones were cut at, these background ones were 4 1/8 by 6. Just, you know, whatever size you're making, just figure out what size you want to put in there. Okay, let's just do this, me and my best friend there. And that'll be good enough. We don't need that. We could be here all day. We're not going to sit there and play too much with that because we still have to work on our cover. All right. So then we have this. Put my things over there. And then now where I scored that, I'm going to take my ruler, find my, I guess both ends on this one are, and go right on the score line. Make sure you're right on that score line. And right about there. And then we are just going to slowly pull back on that score line. Just like that. Okay. Slowly, just if you take your time. Okay. So that'll bring it back like that. And then your pictures, believe it or not, easily slip in just like that. So I'm going to put one in there. Look at that. Oh, that probably was poor choice, but that's okay. I'll put something there. Let's put... We'll do this one next. So this will go on the back side of there. That kind of was poor choice. So now when I got this, I can turn the page, and there that. And now I'll put the two of them together. To see how if the pictures still go in easily. Okay, we're not done. We got a couple other things. I'm going to actually make a closure for you guys on this one. I haven't done a closure yet, but this one I've got something we're going to make a closure for. Let's do a little something on the cover. Let's bring up our cut aparts. How about let's put this one. A house is not a home without a dog. How about that? Cut it out. You know, as carefully as you can or not so carefully. Okay, take that down. And then I have another sheet here I'm going to think about. And I want to grab my foam tape. Dollar Tree foam tape. I think what I want to do is we are going to put this in the middle. But... I might want something, this blue one. Let's see if I like this blue one. Just gonna cut this out quick. You know, I didn't plan out this cover. You know, I'm just going with it. Normally, if I'm making an album, I'm going to plan it out a little bit more for you guys, but I'm just winging it here. We're just showing you how to make a simple little album, photo album. I know everybody puts photos on their phone and everything, but I still like to have photo albums that you can pass down generation after generation. And that you can actually hold with your hands, flip through. I just like that so much better. You can kind of get to know what that person was like. Now I'm just gonna test here if I can get a hold of this piece. Do I want to go this way, like that, or do I want to go this way, like that? I think I like that way better. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go this way. Okay, so let's just cut it off. What we need, you can measure if you want. Let me see if I measure how much that is for you guys. That's about just under 4 3/4. So we're going to cut just under 4 3/4. How about that? With my little trusty whatever here. Yes, I could use my little cutting board, but, yeah, we're just going to wing this here. That's right. I'm going to go right to this dot, I think. This, I'm not going to foam up this piece a little bit more yet. Okay, we're just going to glue that straight down there. Just kind of breaks up the pattern with my top sheet here. So that's all. Okay, now I'm going to hold it up just to make sure I'm somewhat straight. Okay, then we're going to put this one over there, and this one we're going to foam up. Backing off. Okay. We'll just do one more. I would probably put more because it's on the cover, but you know, we're just doing a quick. I should have brought my big album down for my dogs. I've showed it before. My main album I have on display upstairs. Okay, and it's sticking to me. Now let's find the center somewhat. What do you think? Right about there? I should go. A house is not a home without 2 dogs. Okay, so now I wanted to do one other thing. Let me take a peek inside here, see what I had left. Because I made a little mistake there. Let's see. I think this one would work okay. Because I didn't plan this out, I told you I didn't plan this out. Normally I'd plan this out for you guys. And I'd make sure I don't have 2 colors next to each other. But, you know, whatever. Let's see if this one will work. Uh-oh. Just tore a corner just a little bit. All right. We are going to throw that down there just to break that up a little bit. Okay, and that one we're just going to glue straight down. I've got to try to hold that awkwardly. Okay. Just going to flatten that down. All right, so now there we have our album. And we have that page, and we have that page. Okay, now I have a quick little closure I'm going to do for you. How much time we have left? It don't matter, I guess. I can be here as long as I want, right? And you guys could just turn me off. Like, Jean, I'm watching enough. Some people like the long videos. You know, I get comments about long and short videos. You know, I don't know if there's an in-between. I try not to go to an hour. Okay, what we're going to do is I'm going to use this binding clip. Now, you can either put it here if you want, or just on top, which is probably what I think I'm going to do, is just put on top. And you have a simple way of closing it if you want to close it up like that. Okay, so let's show you what I'm going to do. I have 3 different dog charms from my lovely stash. All I did the dog charms, and I see my little camera froze. So let's make it up here so I can make sure it's on in the camera here. Okay. Yep, I just lost it. Okay, all right. So what I'm going to do is put a jump ring on each of them. What size do I want? Let me see. Doesn't matter. I think that size. Don't ask me what size it is. I don't know. I wish they would mark them. I have no idea. I can give you a rough guesstimate. Okay. It's probably about a 5 millimeter. So now let's just attach these. Find my opening. Okay, get up to the camera. I don't know, this program drives me to bananas. Okay, who do we want first? I'm trying to see. I think we'll put the bone in the middle. So let's take this one. Oh, this one already had a jump ring on. That's okay, because then I'll make it a little bit longer anyways. And then we're just going to add that on and close it back up. And you always want to go opposite direction. You don't want to pull apart. You want to go opposite direction. Okay, there's one. And I would have used a silver binder clip if I had one, but I don't have one. Okay. I think I'm still going to add the extra, just because it'll make it a little bit longer. I will add the extra jump ring on it. I'm going to bring this up a little closer to me so I can find where it comes together, and then I'll bring it back. Okay, let's do the bone next. This is optional. You don't even have to put on the charms if you don't want to. You can do lots of other things. Put over there. And one more. Oh. Okay. And this is a little food dish with a bone in it. Oh my goodness. Might not open it enough. I didn't open it quite enough. Okay. How long does it take to put a jump ring on? Up your Jean. All right. Now you just have this cute little, and we're going to put it on the top. And then when I put that down, my charms will just hang like that then. Just another way. You don't, like I said, you don't have to add that on if you don't want to. You can, you know, you can slide it over if you want a little bit that way. If you want to go over there, you can put it wherever you want. All right. So what do you think about this project, guys? Lisa, I hope you enjoyed my version. If you guys have any more suggestions, please let me know in the description box. Anything else you want to see, and I will give it my best shot. All right, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.